Elon Musk's new insane deal that will defeat Russia. With each passing day, Elon Musk seems to turn into the real-life version of Tony Stark more and more. When Elon Musk is not busy sending rockets to Mars, he is busy using his space technology for the benefit of citizens down here on Earth. In a new example of an Earth-focused application of his space technology, SpaceX has won a U.S. Air Force contract worth over $102 million to help military cargo and humanitarian aid using heavy rockets. So stick around to find out how this new contract will shape the geopolitical situation and help the US defeat Russia. And without further ado, let us begin the video. The contract, which is a part of U.S. Air Force rocket cargo program, is aimed at developing rocket cargo solutions that can deliver aid as well as military cargo. Neither the U.S. Air Force nor SpaceX has so far provided any information regarding which rockets will be used for the program. However, manager of the program, Greg Spangers, has made an official statement that the Department of Defense wants to develop the capability to quickly deliver humanitarian aid anywhere in the world using specially adapted launch vehicles. The manager further added that the program's main aim is to determine exactly what a rocket can achieve when used for cargo transport. What is the true capacity, speed, and cost of the integrated systems? Under this contract, the U.S. Air Force will also be able to call on SpaceX to demonstrate its ability to land and transport heavy cargo, although there is still no specific timeline for when such a demonstration could be. AFRL will leverage special commercial demonstration deployments over the next few years to collect data. Spangers added that the Air Force does not control this schedule, but will collect data whenever SpaceX performs related missions. Spangers further added that while SpaceX has secured this initial contract, the US Air Force plans to work with other companies as well as part of this program to develop a competitive market for ground-based space cargo delivery technology. Last year, Air Force officials unveiled Rocket Cargo Vanguard, a project that studied plans to deliver up to 100 tons of cargo anywhere on Earth using commercial rockets. United Launch Alliance, a joint venture of Boeing and Lockheed Martin, and SpaceX are the reigning launch providers for national security missions, having launched dozens of payloads for the military over the last decade. National security missions are the most lucrative in the rocket business, with many worth well over $100 million per launch. The US military awarded ULA and SpaceX over $12 billion worth of launch contracts between 2012 and 2019. The contract is not specific to any of SpaceX's launch vehicles. Air Force will also have access to SpaceX's commercial orbital launches and booster landings to collect key data on environment signatures and performance. SpaceX will also provide cargo bay designs that support rapid load and unload and are compatible with US Transcom intermodal containers. The contract also includes an option for a full-up demonstration of heavy cargo transport and landing. SpaceX has been flying reusable Falcon 9 rockets for years and has a heavy-lift Falcon Heavy rocket with reusable boosters for larger missions. The company is also developing a new massive rocket called Starship that will use a reusable super heavy booster to launch up to 100 metric tons to Earth orbit. The rocket, according to Elon Musk, could be capable of point-to-point travel around Earth. Aside from transporting cargo and supplies for the US military, the contract also extends to disaster relief and humanitarian aid deliveries. However, there are not spaceports everywhere that disaster strikes, so landing a rocket filled with necessary supplies is a challenge that will have to be overcome. To deal with this, Spangers told that the Air Force is exploring a range of new trajectories to mitigate overflight problems, exploring a range of landing options for austere locations, studying the human factors of landing near populations, and integrate a wider range of goods, including medical supplies. Delivering cargo to Earth from space, as disaster sites most often don't have commercial spaceports nearby, the Air Force is looking to develop a range of different cargo delivery methods from space. This is being described as point-to-point transport, taking a payload from space to a specific point on Earth. SpaceX has recently won several high-profile contracts, including a contract with NASA to develop a lander for its upcoming Project Artemis missions to the Moon, slated to launch around 2025. The firm has been hard at work testing its Starship launch vehicle, which it eventually hopes to send as part of a crewed mission to Mars. For the new US Air Force contract, SpaceX is expected to provide cargo bay designs that support the rapid load and unload of deliveries. The new partnership between SpaceX and the Air Force provides a use for launch vehicles that may just prove the space technology naysayers wrong. SpaceX role in national defense. This is not SpaceX's first time partaking in national defense. In 2005, SpaceX announced announced that it had been awarded an indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity contract, allowing the United States Air Force to purchase up to $100 million worth of launches from the company. 3 years later, NASA announced that it had awarded an indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity launch services contract to SpaceX for up to $1 billion, depending on the number of missions awarded. In December 2012, SpaceX announced its first 2 launch contracts with the United States Department of Defense. The United States Air Force Space and Missile Systems Center awarded SpaceX 2 EELV-class missions, Deep Space Climate Observatory and Space Test Program 2. The first one was launched on a Falcon 9 launch vehicle in 2015, while the Space Test Program 2 was launched on a Falcon Heavy on 25th of June 2019. Furthermore, in 2015, the Falcon 9 V1.1 was certified for national security space launch, allowing SpaceX to contract launch services to the Air Force for any payloads classified under national security. This broke the monopoly held since 2006 by United Launch Alliance over the U.S. Air Force launches of classified payloads. In April 2016, the U.S. Air Force awarded the first such national security launch to SpaceX to launch the second GPS-3 satellite for $82.7 million. This was approximately 40% less than the estimated cost for similar previous missions. SpaceX also launched the third GPS-3 launch on the 20th of June 2020. In March of 2018, SpaceX secured an additional $290 million contract from the U.S. Air Force to launch another 3 GPS-3 satellites. The U.S. National Reconnaissance Office, NRO, also purchased launches from SpaceX, with the first taking place on 1st of May 2017. In February of 2019, SpaceX secured a $297 million contract from the U.S. Air Force to launch another 3 national security missions, all slated to launch no earlier than 2021. In August 2020, the U.S. Space Force awarded its national security space launch contracts for the following 5 to 7 years. SpaceX won a contract for $316 million for 1 launch. In addition, SpaceX will handle 40% of the U.S. military satellite launch requirements over the period. It is only a matter of time when we will see SpaceX turn into real-life Stark technologies, and it will be a sight to witness. And with that, we are done. And thank you for watching. If you would like to receive the best updates about space, make sure you click the subscribe and bell icon. See you next time. Peace.